All right, my bad. Part two. Okay, man. Let's continue this because I really got to continue talking about this, man. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not a member. Just far more better than the Lakers is because these guys have already had a taste of what it's like to be in the finals. I mean, pretty much everybody on that squad, with the exception of now Grayson Allen and a couple others. But everybody else, they pretty much still have their same squad. They still got their same team. Still got their same team together. Listen, time and time again, just like I've defended Russell Westbrook, I've defended Giannis. You won't believe the enormous the enormous amount of bullshit that they constantly say about Giannis. Oh well, this guy, all you got to do is so easy to defend him. Uh, he's one dimensional. All he does is put his head forward and run people over and all this other stuff. He doesn't shoot free throws good. He doesn't do that good. But meanwhile, the guy's getting better and better consistently every year. What you have to understand, man, is uh, we have to understand work ethic. You can have a good work ethic. You can have a solid work ethic. But if you don't have a harder work ethic than the next guy, it's not. Trust me, it's not going to pay off. You could do everything. Listen, his preparation is much better than a lot of other NBA players. And the thing about it is, too, you take into account that he's already supremely athletic. He already has the size, pretty much a unicorn and everything. Listen, I've told people before, Giannis with a jump shot is pretty much KD with a jump shot. As soon as he gets the jump shot working, he's pretty much KD, except he's even more ferocious going to the basket than KD was. And that's why I feel like he's the best player in the game right now. Okay, skill, hey, that could be argued, especially when you talk about KD. But KD mentally is nowhere near on the level of Giannis. Giannis just has a he's got a mind of stone, man. Like like you can't get to him by any means. He hears the rumblings. He hears people talking about Joel Embiid being MVP, John Morant being MVP, Jokic being MVP, all these other people being MVP. The Bucks ain't doing this, the Bucks ain't doing that, yada yada yada, and all this other stuff. He hears all that. And look, like I said, this isn't nothing to really cheer over. It's a regular season game. We know that. But listen, yesterday needed to be done. I mean, look, that everybody talking about all these superstars on the Lakers, what they're not doing. That's what the media does. They focus their attention on what the Lakers are not doing when they need to be focusing on what the Milwaukee Bucks are doing, what Giannis is doing. They'll talk about it for a brief moment, then it's back to the Lakers. They'll talk about the Suns for a brief moment, then it's back to the Lakers. Last night, this is the thing. I'm glad that they got on Shaq's case last night on social media. They fried his ass on social media, like straight fish fry with pecan oil. They pecan oil fried that motherfucker Shaq because of the stupid shit that he said about Middleton. Look, there's some people that aren't really too fond of Chris Middleton, but I like the guy. Now do I think he's a superstar and all star and all that other stuff? Last year you know, he came up big, especially when Giannis wasn't there and everything like that. But my argument is always going to be with Middleton is that you cannot take away what he does defensively, what he brings to the table. Look, I know other guys on there they made first team defense, but it's like what I said. You go look at the stats. You go look at the the statistics and everything. He led in win shares, and a lot of people don't think that that's huge, but it brings a lot of value for your team. And don't forget that these guys are missing a guy. I know that he probably doesn't seem he wasn't getting quite the respect that he deserved when he was with Chicago. And now that he's getting his opportunity, this motherfucker is shining, and he's got a ring. So now what? Now what can you say? NBA don't want to see this. They wanted to see LeBron. They wanted to see Russell Westbrook. They want to see all these guys, even damn Malik Monk. They wanted to see them destroy the Bucks. But Giannis said, "No, sir. No, sir. Not happening. Not happening. It's not happening in crypto. It's not happening in Staples. It's not happening in the Great Western Forum. It's not happening in LA. It's not happening. Some of y'all should learn from Giannis. Y'all spend so much time focusing on what the fuck the Lakers are not doing and their inabilities and stuff like that. Why don't you focus on what the fuck they are doing? That's how you go, you go through adversity. And look, I know these guys are ninth, 10th place, it's nothing to really be cheering about and everything like that. But check this out. These motherfuckers cheer when they beat a team like fucking New York. They wanted to cheer. They wanted to cheer last night for beating the Bucks. That's what they wanted to do. And they know that the Bucks have been struggling and all this other stuff. Hey, not tonight. or night last night. Giannis is a generational, not only talent, but he's a generational workhorse. And I'm glad people don't talk about him. I'm glad he's under the radar. I'm glad he's not popular. I'm glad that nobody's not saying anything about it. I love it. I love it. I love the fact that nobody's talking about him and giving it his just due. I love that fact. You know, because that's what a lot of the guys did back in the gap, back in the days. They took care of what they needed to take care of. If they got the props, great. If they didn't, oh well. What's up with it, Mike? I see you in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Giannis, Middleton. Middleton did an excellent job on defense. Giannis did an excellent job on defense. Portis did an excellent job on defense. Drew Holiday did an excellent job on defense. This guy, I mean, these guys make the Lakers look so ancient. And the thing about it is, you know, I don't know why these people think that Milwaukee is like some spring chickens. Phoenix is younger than them. Well, with the exception of Chris Paul and maybe JaVale McGee. That's about it. and I'll throw Booker in. And Booker's been in the league for quite some time, but come on, man. I told everybody about the Lakers. Nobody gonna beat the Bucks. Yeah, hey, look. I want to beat the Bucks. You know, because you know I'm with Philly, Mike. But you know, the reason why I don't have Joel Embiid as my MVP is because his inability, and Doc had a lot to do with what happened last night, us losing to the Suns. We had that game, but it's his inability to capitalize in crucial situations sometimes. Now he came up big with a couple of shots, but it was Tobias Harris that came up big. And you're supposed to be the superstar. You're supposed to be the MVP and everything like that. Giannis pretty much knows, you know, he lives for the moment. And he's getting better in every aspect of his game. You can see the hard work. You can't leave him open like that anymore. But they weren't talking like that last year, Mike. All you heard last year, Mike. Oh, well, Giannis can't shoot. The year before that, oh, he's terrible from the outside. Man, Giannis, what the hell are you doing? Oh, he can't shoot free throws. Like I said in the previous stream, you can't hit a mid range to save his life. Got to put up a wall around him. Man, he understands now. Okay, now I got to be more cerebral. They even said that Giannis don't have no fucking IQ. Ain't that a bitch? But I love it. I love the fact that and see, motherfuckers, they get mad at me because I tell them and proving them wrong. It's just like, you know, several other players that I've had to tell. I've been wrong like maybe, you know, once or twice or whatever, but everything that I've said has been spot on. As a Chris Paul fan, I think the Suns have a lot of depth to beat the Bucks and somehow stop Giannis. Maybe so, but it's gonna be up to Aiden. Well, out on the perimeter, of course, you got Mikael Bridges, and Cam Johnson, who they're up there in terms of defensive player of the year. Then on top of that, you got to think about down low or whatnot. You got agile bigs on that team. JaVale McGee, he can move, he can stretch the floor and get out on defense. He could also move on the perimeter. You got Aiden. You know, he's got to get better. Last year, what his problem was the inability to move laterally. You know, when facing Giannis, and he got criticized heavily. And I think he's piped down and focused on that aspect or whatever. And I respect that about Aiden too. And see, last night, Aiden was playing against his workout partner. All those guys work out in the off season. If y'all don't know, I've said it before. Now, well, I don't know if they're doing it as consistently anymore, but it would be Aiden, Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Mo Bamba, and Thon Maker. All of those guys they tend to work out with each other. And then a couple of times they worked out with KG. But you know what I think though, but I don't think Giannis is telling anybody. I think Giannis has been fucking with Hakeem Olajuwon. I think no homo. I feel like he's been getting a lot of advice from Hakeem. That's just my opinion. Now it hasn't been set in stone, but this guy, man, he's drastically improved. And I've always said that he, regardless of what you want to say about him, and you could go ahead and key in on his mistakes, he's gonna turn those into his strengths, and that's what separates Giannis from the rest of the pack. I'll say it again. He's the best player in the game right now. Now, to say that he's been playing at an MVP level the whole entire season, no, we can't say that. But he's still the best right now, whether you want to swallow it or not. Guys want to sit here and they want Giannis to fail. They want him not to have a jumper so bad. Hey, he's got a jumper now. You can't leave that motherfucker open like you used to. But that's all you heard. Well, he can't do this and he can't do that. No, 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 no. Y'all so focused of the moment that y'all don't want to see this guy progress. What did you think he? What do you think he signed a contract for? To just stay there in Milwaukee and finish out his career and never get better? That's not Giannis. Giannis is a whole different breed. He doesn't want to party with you. He's not here to be best friends with you. He's not here to have Taco Tuesday and shit. He might do TikTok every now and again and shit like that, but for the most part, he TikTok last night. He TikTok them motherfuckers out of crypto. But y'all want Giannis to be. Oh, you still want Giannis to be the same old Giannis that can't shoot at the free throw line, that can't shoot in the mid range, that don't have no skills around the basket, uh, that runs people over, so to speak. No, he doesn't. He doesn't do any of that. If you go look at Giannis and you really look at his game, he's more finesse than power. If you really look at it, it's just that his ferociousness gets mistaken for him just being, uh, ultra aggressive. But he's big, he's quick and fast for his size, and he has a long stride. That's just like guys like Wilt Chamberlain back in the days. Wilt Chamberlain ran track, but it made it look like he wasn't finesse. It made it look as if this guy was not quick and he was all about power, so to speak. Man, yeah, the underdogs will always be on top, right? You know, it's silly because I don't consider Giannis no underdog. He never was an underdog in my eye. I always saw his vast potential ahead of everybody else. Uh, Everybody always talking about, yeah, underdog this and underdog that. Man, that's bullshit. You know, his potential is out, was well, it was out of this world. He's always been on another level. And the thing about it is when you incorporate that hard work along with that talent and that raw athletic ability, I mean, what more is there to define? Jason Kidd saw potential in him early. Jason Kidd knew what Giannis was capable of doing because he's been in that situation. When Jason Kidd came in the league, what did they say? Oh, Jason Kidd can't shoot. He can't do this. Yeah, he can fill up a stat sheet, but what about his offense? So on that note, like the video, share, subscribe, hit them notifications. You know I'll be back. You know I'm gonna be grinding. You know I'm still keep pumping out that content. Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment, man. I'm gonna get at y'all later.